Hello, everyone. I'll be starting this. I'll be turning on the game in earnest in a couple of minutes. Just give everyone time to hop on here real quick. Hello, everyone. From 1987 to 2010, at the at the time of the game's release, we have Mega Man 10, and this time I'm actually showing the background story. There you are, Roll. Are you okay? I don't know. I think I have a fever. Oh no, Roll! I think Roll has come down with Robo-Enza.
Robo-Enza?
From what I can tell, it's a virus. The virus only affects robots.
Conveniently.
You all need to be careful. XX. A new robot illness, Robo-Enza, has begun to spread rapidly around the world, causing robots to malfunction. Many humans find it impossible to complete even simple tasks without their robot helpers, and without robot assistance, no one can even develop a proper cure. A month following the outbreak, the situation worsens. The infected robots turn violent and attempt to take over the world. Hey! One of those crazy robots went crazy and attacked me. I spent a few days studying this Robo-Enza. But even my genius was unable to find a cure. So I built a machine that would help me discover the key to developing a cure, but it was stolen by one of those crazed robots. Demented robots, whatever. I beg you have to get my medicine-making machine back. I suppose if we want to stop those robots, we have to help you. Leave it to me. I'll stop those robots. I'll find Dr. Wily's medicine-making machine, and then we can cure Roll and all the other robots.
Is the twist here Dr. Wily didn't actually make a medicine, but he made a way to
Proto
make
Man.
Robot-Enza worse?
I don't think you'll be able to do this alone. I don't think you'll be able to do this alone, bro. I'd appreciate any help, Proto Man. Let's do this! And that is the storyline for Mega Man 10. Robo-Enza has infected the world, and we need to get the cure making machine back. Cough, cough, not the Maverick virus, cough.
This is straight up just how the Maverick virus comes out, ain't it?
Oh, and in the starting in this game, you actually have a choice between Megaman and Proto Man. But other than gameplay style, there's not really much of a difference between the two.
You know, other than the difference, there isn't really much of a difference.
I'm talking about in terms of story. Let's hear. So there's only like normal and easy. So let's do normal. So we have, this time, we have Blade Man, Solar Man, Sheep Man, Commando Man, Chill Man, Nitro Man, Strike Man, and Pumped Man.
So mentally, wonderfully, copyright-friendly masters.
Yeah. So, oh, and I pressed the touchpad to enter the menu and go to the shop. At least all the prices for some of the items are all lowered, so it's instead of it being 100, that's 50. I think the permanent items are 100. Good luck, man. Get me a beer.
Mega Morty, I'm getting sober. I need a beer.
Okay, so I'm trying to think which one I go. It's been a while since I went to, so I'm gonna go for Sheep Man first. This is Sheep Man. It's literally a sheep with arms and eggs.
the glorious Sheep Man. There is no Robot Master more powerful. I'm honestly surprised you're going after him first. He's usually an endgame boss.
Oh, finally! It's a, finally, I can switch weapons with the R and L buttons.
The future is now, old man. The future is now.
The future is now 10 games in and already having that. The future is now 10 games in and already having that ability introduced in all the other games via the Mega Man Anniversary Collection. Time for the treadmill straight out of a Sonic stage. Because you use the treadmills to power up the platforms. I feel sad about that. Me standing on that guy's head. He just goes, Here, I'll show you. It's like, get off of my head, Megatwerp.
Leave me alone. I'm not a platform. I'm a serious attack robot.
So, something that still confuses me, how the hell do we get robot influenza?
I'm pretty sure it's probably like most other things. I'm pretty sure in the case of this, it's probably like spread through physical contact or something.
Such a stupid thing. Oh, we have robo-influenza and it's making everyone crazy.
I screwed that up. Because that weapon capsule is gonna fall into the spikes no matter what I do. Making it impossible to get without sacrificing a life for it. I still have 3 lives. And throughout all of this, I have 120 bolts. That's actually really good. Sleep, sheep, N. Got him.
Nice. I always knew you had it in you. I actually didn't. I just assumed you wouldn't do that well.
And I knew that you knew that, which is why I just left that information just hanging there instead of trying to respond with any sort of response. By the way, I got Thunderwall.
The greatest power. Too great for a single Megaman to wield.
Yeah, you want to know a game that has multiple Mega Men? How about the Mega Man ZX series?
Mega Man DX? Is that what you said?
No, ZX.
ZX, my bad.
Yeah. It's a series that takes place after It's a series that takes place after the Mega Man Zero series.
Hmm.
Let's start by getting the energy balancer. And let's go ahead and... I'll leave it alone. So let's see here. I have the electric weapon, and Pump Man is the water boss, so let's try him next.
That might be the one weapon weakness that actually makes sense.
Time to fight Pump Man. Be careful, he pumps. Trying to pay attention about where to go. Oh, by the way, this shows off what happens if you get the purple goo on you. It gives you the status effect of ice physics.
Yep. Truly the worst status effect in the game. Oh, so who joined? Hello,
Hi, CC.
K9. How's it going, man?
Going okay, I have dinner.
What you eating?
Chicken nuggets and mac and cheese.
Nice.
The meal of kings.
hmm Also, I'm gonna put a thing in voice text that showed up in the mail while I was at work.
Yeah. So I had already beaten Sheep Man. So now I'm fighting. So I'm getting ready to fight Pump Man.
Nice.
Yeah, I keep thinking about which name euphemism was worse, Hard Man or Pump Man.
Their fusion's even worse. Hard Pump Man.
No. And did you guys see what I posted in voice text?
Hang on one sec.
I mean, I know Zero can't check right now, but
I'm checking. It is. Are those pins?
no. They're Blazer stones for Ultraman Blazar, but they're all Ultra 7. It's a set of Ultra 7 themed ones.
Ah. Yeah, I heard you guys were gonna go watch the new Blazar when it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Later tonight, yeah. I'm glad this showed up just in time for that. Even though these have absolutely nothing to do with the episode, but whatever.
Yeah, but now we get to hear more noises from your Blazar brace.
That is true. Yeah, I haven't opened the set yet. I also need to get my Blazar brace off the shelf. I'll finish eating and then I'll dig into that. You guys can't hear me chewing, right?
No.
I have not been able to.
Good.
Just pumps away.
Pump Man, this is a family show.
Huh?
Pump Man pumped one too many.
Actually, I'll be right back.
Alright, man.
And I am fully in. Yes, Thunderwool is his weakness, but hitting him is a pain. So now I get Water Shield. So let's grab a mystery tank. And start stocking up on E-tanks. Stage select. So we beat Sheep Man and Pump Man. I think it's Solar Man next. I am Solar Man. I have the sun. I have the sun on top of my head.
Man has a gimmick and he's gonna stick to it.
He noticed Pharaoh Man's weapon and that Mega Man had and realized, maybe I should just have it be that all the time.
As always.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello, Ultraman Blazar.
Alright, let me open these Blazer stones now. I got me knife!
You got your knife.
That's no knife. That's a knife. Yeah, if I'm not careful in shooting those, they'll... If I'm not careful in shooting those, they'll multiply. For example.
Adventure, Morty!
Now it's 2 burning chickens.
Fun. And now the Blazar stones have been opened.
Oh my gosh. I can barely contain my excitement.
The burning chickadees have been extinguished.
Poor chicken. If only they had the gang loyalty that the Zelda chickens did.
Alright, you guys want to hear some Blazar Brace noises?
Sure.
Well, that's turned on now. Alright, we'll start with Ultra 7.
Oh, give me that extra life, please.
So, it plays Ultra 7's transformation noise, and you hear Gento saying, Ultra 7, 55th anniversary, 777! That's great. I don't know what he said there, I have no idea what that said. Some more sounds. Oh, I see what your sounds on. Sounds, alright. That one doesn't do a whole lot. Neat, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. Alright. So the ones in the set are 7, Ultra 7 himself, then Windom, Miklas, and Agura. So I guess we'll go with Windom next here. I just did the generic monster thing, alright? That. Yeah, no,
One second.
that one's. What?
Gotta take Skull.
Oh, okay.
I do not have much health.
That's not good. Oh yeah, the... Okay, yeah, the Kaiju Stones don't do a whole lot. I know all of them don't do a whole lot, but, yeah. Yeah, those don't do a ton. Alright. Oh. Alright then.
There we go.
Oh boy. And they look pretty. Well, they don't do a whole lot, but they look pretty. I like having these.
Get pumped, fool, says Kit.
Hi, Kit. I didn't know you were in our. Didn't know you were in our text chat. Hi.
Got new weapons.
Did you like all them? Did you like all the sounds of my new blazer stones?
Let's see here.
Kit says, I'm not, I'm at work. Shh. Alright, I won't tell.
Okay, so I'll buy another energy tank. Because I don't really need weapon tanks until the Wily stages.
Yeah. Was tanks for the weapon energy in this game?
Yeah, there were weapon tanks in the last game too.
Huh. Kit says, not my fault, I'm the only one here, and clients suck at getting back to me. But yeah, fun new sound effects. Yeah, I know, they're fun. Super fun.
Yeah, I've already beat, as you can see on screen here, Kid, I've already beaten Sheep Man and Pump Man, and recently Solar Man.
Kid, I really hope you're done, like, before this is over, because we really what I go on here right now.
So I now have
Like, super
Blade Man, Chill Man, Nitro Man, Strike Man, and Commando Man.
Kit says, haha, my joke works then. 0 pumped sheep man confirmed.
Yikes. Oh dear. Oh, it's time to
Wow.
chill out with Chill Man.
Yeah. Oh boy.
For all intents and purposes, with the way it's designed, Chill Man just looks like he has a bubble on his head. It's supposed to be a block of,
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a block of ice.
Yeah. Nitro Man.
By the way, we're back to our favorite thing ever. It's frickin' ice physics again.
Oh boy, I love ice physics. Stupid fucking ice physics. There's a thing I really want, but it's $65 and I can't really swing that right now.
Ah, no. Let me take a hit.
I
no!
have all the Terminator Gotchard stuff on the horizon. Kit says, CC, where's the Blazer Stone for Orb Origin? I want my goddamn Magic Harmonica. Comes out this weekend, actually. Does it?
What's that about a magic harmonica?
Ultraman Orb has a harmonica. It's not magic, but it's a harmonica. But Kit likes to call it the Magic Harmonica. And yeah, that comes out this weekend, actually. I don't know. I do actually already have it. Kit says, it's magic in my heart! Okay, I do have the Orb Origin Stone secured. I don't know when I'll be able to have it shipped out to me, but I have it secured. Well, I'm definitely getting it. I already paid for it. Because honestly, I love Orb so much that I just couldn't not get it.
Hey, look, it's our favorite dudes from Megaman 1.
Yeah?
Yeet. Yeet.
So, Kit says, Orb was a good one to start me on. It's my favorite so far. Yeah, Orb is great. I'm very excited to get the Blazar Stone. Like, super excited to get it.
By the way, there are missions in this game where you see if you can make it through the entire stage without using
Kit says,
any other
fun
weapons.
fact, the little eyeball things are called Susie.
Yeah.
No idea if it's an acronym or Dr. Wily thought it was cute.
Both.
I don't know.
My money's on both.
Fair.
Best thing to do is just run for it because of the ice physics.
Yeah.
Goddamn ice physics. You bastards. You ruined video games.
Chill and...
I bet you there are people who can play through every Mega Man game without getting hit once.
I am 100% sure there is, and I'm pretty sure there are videos about it.
Yeah. People that are just leaps and bounds better than our boy Zero.
Kid just posted a whole bunch of dancing T-Rexes.
Way to remind Zero of his inadequacy, K9. Your true friend.
There we go. I had to use up an E-Tank, but I can easily just buy another one. I used up an E-Tank, but I can easily just buy another one since I have enough bolts for it.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my big bag of Blazar stones.
Kit says, I've come close to beating Mega Man 5 without getting hit, but Chargeman and a Wily boss fucked it up. Only once, never got that close again. Sweet, I now got Rush Jet too.
Oh, I cannot wait until the Blazar Stone binder comes out. I really can't. I don't want to keep them in the bag anymore.
By the way, while I was when I was dumping garbage, I found the top of a Beyblade.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
What was the top of a Beyblade doing in garbage?
Kit says, I'm glad they make binders in Blazar size. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Kit, are you aware of the story? Or Kit and or CC, are you aware of the story involving Mega Man 10?
Not really.
Yeah, the entire world's most of the world's robot population has come down with Robo-Enza. Hashtag not the Maverick virus.
Okay.
And one of the robots supposedly took all the robots then started going crazy after a month's worth of infection. So then apparently one of the robots stole Dr. Wily's one of Dr. Wily's machines he was using to try to make a cure. So we're all working with Dr. Wily to try and get that machine back.
Okay.
You know, ever trustworthy Dr. Wily.
Yeah. Roll shouldn't have accessed peer-to-peer networks without a firewall. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roll came down with Robo-Enza. Roll!
Oh boy.
Ah, it's you, Mega Man. Thanks to you, I was able to create a prototype cure. Once we have all the pieces to the machine, we can start mass producing the medicine. I think everything's going to be okay. That's great. That's great news. You can always trust German scientists, yeah. I'll go back out there and get those missing pieces. Before you go, Mega Man, are you sure you're not suffering from any symptoms of Robo-Enza? No, I'm great. Use the medicine that you have on those who really need it. Well, is that what you want? Okay, so Chill Man, so Blade Man, Commando Man, Nitro Man, and Strike Man. I'm trying to think which one's next. I think it's Nitro Man. I just beat Sneeze Man, a Pyrrhic victory at best. Oh, and yes, Nitro Man 2 is a Transformer, because he transforms into a motorcycle.
Fun. Gotta love motorcycles, especially card games on motorcycles.
Yee. Oh, it's no longer... They're no longer red Sniper Joes with Uzis. They're now,
No,
They're no longer red Sniper Joes with Yeezys. I think they just have submachine guns now.
Fun.
In case anyone's wondering, yes, this is an active highway. Ow.
Ow.
I'm just looking at all the Blazar stones I'm missing and feeling depressed. Ugh. So I'm missing the Blazar stone that came with the CD single for the show's opening theme. There's a Blazar stone that comes with children's pajamas in Japan that I don't have. I need to figure out how to get that, I guess. But
Dude, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
there is a Blazar stone that you can only get by buying either children's pajamas or other random things like towels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get the children's pajamas.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I have no desire to do that. That would be weird.
Nappy time transformation sequence.
Rather buy the towel or something.
At least you get use out of the towel.
If you knew how much it would cost. Oh boy. So if I were to import it right now, it'd cost a total of $65. I don't want to do that. Just for a single Blazar stone. It's not worth it.
I keep
And
getting hit
then
by...
I don't have... Then I'm missing all of the stones from the first Gashapon set.
Oh, by the way, you know what really does not help me in this case? The audio delay. I have audio delay in my headset. So the sound of the truck that's supposed to be coming in is supposed to come in when the truck enters the screen. But to me, looking at the main screen, sounds like he hits the horn the moment he hits me.
No. Oh boy.
Mm, boy. Mm, boy.
God. Oh. Man. What's Kit saying? Nappy time transformation sequence. Yeah.
This sucks. Having the slide would be a heck of a lot easier in my situation.
Yeah. Reza.
I have no way to blitz through this.
No.
So I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Yeah.
We now need to entertain ourselves. Can I?
Indeed. I don't know how to do that.
I'm an only child. I did that for years.
I am not.
How many siblings you got?
2.
Where do you fall in there? Are you the middle child, youngest, oldest?
The oldest.
Oldest. Ah.
Yeah.
You're the one they blame in case everything goes wrong.
What was that?
You're the one they blame when everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
So what is Blazar about? I mean, I get it's about Ultraman, but still.
It's about this kaiju reaction, this organization called the Kaiju Reaction Detachment that is formed to fight kaiju. That's their entire reason for existing. And they have a big old, and they pilot this big robot dino thing called Earth Garon to fight kaiju. But the team's captain, Hiro Magento, is able to transform an Ultraman Blazar, unknown to the rest of his team. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sound very disinterested.
I hope I'm back.
Just got tired.
I don't know how long it'll be before I have to do that again. And what sucks is that I'm also out of lives.
That's not good. Felt like it sucked.
What sucks is that I also missed a bunch of items right there.
That's really not good.
I'm not even gonna risk even taking one thing of damage, since I'm already close to the end and I have no lives left. Had to use some chill spikes. 69, nice.
No.
Yeah, the funny thing about that particular weapon is the way to deal the most damage on him is for him to run over the ice spikes. Otherwise, it just deals neutral damage and freezes him for a little bit, similar to Concrete Shot. New weapon, wheel cutter.
On my screen, that thing you made, whichever was actually perfectly timed to them demonstrating how wheel cutter worked.
Yeah, same.
K9.
So now Nitro Man, Blade Man, Commando Man, and Strike Man. Thinking Commando Man might be next.
Fun.
Time to fight Commando Man.
Okay.
Commando Man stage seems to be based off of Desert Storm.
I was out of lives, so I was out of lives,
that
so I
ad?
need a reset. I was out of lives, so I'm better off resetting my life counter.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm better off taking the game over and resetting the life counter. So I'm trying to remember something here.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That's just an antlion bot.
Laser noises.
Displays are noises. Nothing but blazer noises.
Laser noises.
Zero's gonna need to rename this stream to Blazer Noises.
Oh wait, I'll take those. I knew one of those things was hiding something. Rather
Laser
activate them
noises are funny. Let's Skemta.
What was that, K9?
Laser noises are entertaining.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're entertained.
But
Your refuse.
Anytime I get overconfident,
God just shows up to put you back down.
I'll take that extra life considering the nonsense I just dealt with there. I should have waited. I think that particular jump I have to have the sandstorm carry me.
Oh boy.
It's either that or I just use Rush Jet.
4-0. I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. I just took my sleep aid early.
By the way, I did run into a funny little Digimon while I was rewatching the old when I was rewatching the Digimon 2020 episodes.
Yeah.
There's this crow Digimon that takes control of things by hanging on their shoulder.
What was its name?
I'd have to double check.
Type something in here.
It's like it's like the Digimon looks kind of like a scarecrow.
Oh. Because I'm seeing results for a Crowmon, but it's not.
Yeah.
Scarecrow in design.
Oh, by the way, I just discovered something really cool. I just noticed something. I'll show it next time that I'm by a wall. But apparently, I use the if you use the spin blade and you make contact with the wall, you actually climb up the wall.
I'm seeing a result for a Nohemon.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
The Digimon itself is the crow that's on the Scarecrow's shoulder. It's just that the Scarecrow body itself is just the thing he normally uses. But there was a point where he went on the body of a... There was a point where he went on the body of a Goblimon, and the Goblimon was under his control.
Oh boy.
Oh, Megaman. I see you covered in sand there. It's rough and coarse and gets everywhere. Cancelled. I have 8 energy tanks, that's good. I'm glad I have 8 energy tanks. So now it's between Commando Man, now it's between Blade Man and Strike Man. Let's do Blade Man. Both of his hands, he has 3-sword style, but instead of the sword in his mouth, the sword is his head.
That's gonna be the final form of Zorro, guaranteed.
And now we have flying axe robots.
I can see they were kind of inspired by the Castlevania game. Just a tad.
I'm trying to remember if Indie Creates had a hand in making the Bloodstained 16 8-bit games.
Let me check that for you. Because I know there were a couple of games. I think it's... Is that a Ritual of the Night or Curse of the Night? Yeah, it's Indie Creates.
Yeah, there are two. Yeah, there are 2 of them.
So they made Curse of the Moon. It lists them as a developer.
Yeah, it's Curse of the Moon 1 and 2. And by the way, number 2 has an awesome character. It's a corgi. It's a corgi in a giant steampunk robot suit.
I see. Yes.
You can look him up if you like.
Okay. That's kind of funny. And kind of cute. His name is Hachi.
What sucks is that now I'm in the groove of it. I can't use any of the weapon energy to get the stuff that's here.
Gentlemen.
Hey,
Yes.
Volley was good, my man.
The usuals.
You missed K9 playing with his Blazar.
How unfortunate.
I mean, I could do it again. I still have them all right here next to me. I can do it.
So I can witness you playing with your Blazar.
I mean, it's Blazar Brace, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
years old. Pretty soft. Well, it stopped picking that up after a little bit, I think, but, yeah. I don't think it picked the entire thing up, but, yeah.
I can't believe I had to waste 2 freaking energy tanks for that.
It happens. People don't think it does, but it do.
But yeah, I did. Yeah, but I did show off the fact that if you use wheel cutter on a wall, your character actually goes up into the air because you're using the wheel cutter to ride the wall.
Ooh, that's neat.
New weapon, triple blade. Basically throwing triple daggers.
Ah, nice.
That stinks. I have a
It's
net.
good to be Friday.
That stinks. I have a net negative on energy tanks now.
How's your Friday been?
It certainly has been something. I'm glad to be done with the work week.
Good, man. You and Barry doing good?
The bear's doing fine. She's going out for some drinks with her coworkers.
So now
That's
it's
good.
time to battle with Strike Man. Strike Man, who's a baseball with arms and legs.
Oh, I see.
Are you ready for some sports ball? Well, too bad you're here.
We ballin', boys.
We be ballin', boys. They don't think we be ballin', but then we be ballin'.
By the way, now this stage is reminding me of the frickin' episode of the Megaman Ruby Spears cartoon where everything takes where they decided to create a robot college for some reason.
Okay.
University, hell yeah.
Why would you need a robot university?
To teach
They're robots. They can be programmed with any knowledge you want.
Well, yeah, that's what the university is for, to program the robots with a secondary education.
You know what, Volley? Fine, I'll buy that.
Man, you'll buy anything.
Shut up.
Make me.
You don't think I will?
Oh, I think you will. That's why I asked.
What I have to deal with, guys. This is what I have to deal with every day with this little bird asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I should probably bring up the stream on my second monitor. So glad to finally have a second monitor. It's quite nice.
You've had a second monitor for as long as you've had your thing.
Yeah, but, you know, I haven't actually had a table that I could, or a desk that I could put my second monitor on, so it's kind of just been sitting there.
Then then an option would be for you to get like a monitor arm.
Well, you know, that would require thinking.
And we know that that's not exactly Volley's strong suit.
It's not my speciality.
.66 strike N. Yeah, I knew I was gonna die at that point. Let's see it. So I could at least see a little bit of his pattern.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Yep, he definitely knew it all along.
That's definitely why you died, yeah.
Yep, not cope. We don't cope around here.
Yep, definitely not just insane amounts of copium.
Just shoot him in the face. Just shoot him point blank with 3 giant knives, and that slices a baseball, and it slices up a baseball.
Can confirm.
You got a new weapon, Rebound Striker. Boink, 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 boink. There we go. I've maxed out my E-tanks. Very likely I'll just, die game over once the Wily stage starts. Oh.
What are we whining about?
Megaman. Megamorty, are you okay? Oh no.
Megamorty! No, Megamorty, are you okay, Megamorty?
You've been infected by the Robo-Enzyme virus, Morty.
Morty, there's something I need to tell you, Morty. I'm actually a robot, Morty. I'm robot Dr. Light. And I got the virus, Morty.
The medicine making machine's gone. What should we do? Greetings, people of the world. I hope you're enjoying the effects of my little Robo-Enzyme virus. Is there any robots who want the cure? All you have to do is come work for me. And don't think Megaman is going to save you like he usually does. He's come down with a nice case of Robo-Enzyme himself. Now you will finally see the true genius of Dr. Wily. The world is mine!
Fuck.
I should have known this was Dr. Wily's doing all along. I have to stop. No, you're in no condition to do anything, Megaman. Roll?
That's right.
Megaman.
The situation is so
use
desperate
this.
we need to rely on roll.
Oh shit. You know it's getting bad when we have to bring out roll.
I thought you took your medicine already. I was saving it in case a really sick robot was brought in. But Roll, you need it. If I use it, I still can't stop Wily. But if you take it, you can stop him. Thank you, Roll. Sit tight. I'll stop Dr. Wily and bring back enough medicine for everyone.
Still slightly confused on how robots are getting sick, but you know what? Seems like a fine plot so far.
We're all counting on you,
as long
Mega
as
Man.
we ignore all the horrific discrepancies.
Good luck. Be careful out there.
Aside from all the things that don't make sense, this makes perfect sense.
It is time to fight the Wily. Oh, we go in two directions. In fact, that looks like a chair. Oh, it's Woodman.
He would, man.
Gemini Man. Elect Man. Oh, jeez. But I knew I needed to die in a way to reset my lives.
Uh-huh.
Go.
But here's one great thing about this game as opposed to the previous one. You can actually shop in between Wily stages.
That is actually pretty good.
This is a surprisingly different thing from a boss rush, mostly because that's not a boss rush. It's Dr. Wily's old computer that has weapon designs from all the old Robot Masters.
It's almost a boss rush. Almost.
Just not quite the same thing.
Watching your
Ring Man.
Doing his ring thing.
Yep. Flame Man. Napalm Man.
Alright, just a second. I'm gonna go and check on my dinner.
Okay, what do you have for dinner? I guess he's having a big stew of nothing for dinner.
I still have 2 lives, that's fine.
Just hearing Zero click away on his controller is just satisfying.
Wily archived normal. Frostman. So this is and Slash Man. Already on Wily Station? Yeah. Now I'm dealing with the Wily archive.
Gotta bust up the Wily archive. Gotta burn it down like the Library of Alexandria.
Oh, I don't have the option to go to the thing. Oh, well.
Damn.
Damn, not here.
Damn. Not here. That. I know we shit on that game, and rightfully so. But that was my fucking childhood growing up.
Yeah, Sam. It was my first Sonic game.
It was my second after Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
But, after seeing Shadow and, Sonic Heroes, I instantly knew that that was gonna be my... that was gonna be my Sonic character that I associated the most with.
Yeah, you do come across as a big shadow.
I've got plenty of words for what you come across as, but I can't say them on stream.
Which Sonic character am I?
Oh,
Sonic
this is actually the
character
perfect opportunity for me to show you all something. Wheelblade?
Bully is Omega, according to Kit.
Omega? Nah.
Yep.
Nah. Bully ain't cool enough to be Omega.
It's the burning burbs again.
I'm sorry, I've been quiet. Not really much to add.
Beat it, the burning burbs. Metal Shark player flashbacks. Ah.
Wow.
Wah.
Why, Luigi time. Hey kids, do you know what time it is? That's right, it's Waluigi time.
Go bad, Waluigi time.
Yeah, at least if I die a game, at least if I get a game over, I'll have a, at least if I get a game over, I'll have a weapon tank. At least I'll get a weapon tank out of it.
I'll have a cool story to tell about it.
Whoop. Oh, by the sorry. By the way, Bully, we were talking about this Digimon. That's a Digimon that's a crow that controls things that it stands on.
Yeah,
And I thought it'd be a perfect fit for you.
that does sound a lot like me.
It is just Volly. It is just Volly as a Digimon.
How did they find out that I stole the concept for my original character from Digimon?
I mean, it wasn't exactly difficult to figure out. No.
Due to your unoriginality and the fact that you're a complete hack,
Yep.
it's fairly easy to deduce.
Due to the fact that you're an absolute unrepentant leech.
Due to the fact that you're a scourge upon society.
There we go. Just trying to remember which weapon it was. No! Well, wouldn't have mattered. I already have an M tank.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway. We're all just gonna die.
Thank you, Eeyore.
That's Dart.
Well,
So
that's
is Eeyore.
I was honestly thinking about whether or not I should get that, I was honestly, like, thinking about whether or not I should try and get that. but I decided against it.
You decided on cowardice.
Yes.
This is why you will never see glory.
Glory upon death is kind of stupid.
This man will never see the glorious side of eternity.
Says someone who's never tried it before.
Hey, I have the good version of trying and failing.
Killer or coward? Coward every time. A favorite Doctor Who quote. Crab Puncher N.
Oh, Voli, what are you having for dinner tonight?
I made some mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
That sounds familiar.
And some roast chicken.
Yeah, K9's having mac and cheese and chicken nuggets.
I did earlier, yeah.
We are having basically the same dinner.
Yeah, we did.
You're like twins!
Apparently.
Only closer.
I thought the Crab Puncher N was Wily's custom bad dragon.
Uh-oh.
Is that,
But I already
is that
destroyed it.
basically what-
But I already broke his bad dragon. That was one of the bosses from Mega Man 2.
Is Dr. Wily just making a bunch of sex toys and we're just going around breaking them?
As one does.
Is that the real reason why he's so hell-bent on leather on trying to kill us?
Well, happily enough, in Mega Man... Happily enough, we actually do get more background on the relationship between Dr. Light and Dr. Wily in Mega Man 11. Like, the reason why that Dr. Light and Dr. Wily had their falling out.
It was over a woman.
And her name was Lady Luck.
Yes.
Light cheated on Wily.
Life gave Wily all the recessive genes.
Curse these recessive genes! No, seriously, they're fraying and everything.
Jeez.
Curse these recessive G's.
Curse these recessive genes.
Hey, Kit. Kit, are you in the chat? You're in the chat, right? Yeah, you just posted something. Okay. So you know the Ultraman Orb Blazar Stone. So in the set that's in, the Ultraman X and Jugless Juggler Blazar Stones are also in that one. So I thought I would let you know. I know that will interest you greatly.
So
Those are all things that you like, Kit.
Kit can get his magic harmonica.
I'm so
Kit
happy
says,
I have
"Yay,
the
that
energy."
sure puts the thunder in my breast star." Oh god. I guess that's one way to put it. Dude, why don't you grab those pickups without switching to a weapon that could recharge the weapon energy with that?
Because I have the energy balancer, which
Oh. Kit says, "I will have the magic harmonica and gay pride sword combo one day. Just you wait." I mean, Kit, they did.
Oh well,
There are
it's fine.
plenty of toys of the sword, and they actually did release a prop replica of the harmonica. So. Game over. Gamma over.
Game over.
Game
yeah.
over. Game over, yeah. Gamma over.
How about I'll take the opportunity to buy a shock guard.
Yeah. Gamma over. Ooh. Ooh.
Nope, wrong one. Dang it.
Kit says, "I'm sorry you got defeated by Megaman, CC. My poor beloved going commando, man." Oh, jeez.
I got freaking crushed. Wait a minute. Did that count?
Crushed.
Good, no it didn't.
Kit says, "Oh my god, I have to share something new my nephew made and just sent me." Yes, Kit, send it. I don't know what that is.
Share what your nephew sent.
Okay, if it's that funny, I'm gonna look on my phone.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
For people watching this later, can't see this image. Watching the stream. It is Donald Trump's mugshot, edited to look like Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, like the hair and everything. That's great. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I see the Blazar stones.
Yes.
Its nephew
It
has
is
great
all
sense of
super.
humor. The kid's going places.
Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
What the hell are you singing there?
He's trying to sing Sapphire Rock.
But it's Donald Trump.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Hmm.
It's gonna be kind of weird if that guy actually gets elected again.
I sure hope not.
Not again! God, I keep getting fucking crushed. I'm glad it's not taking away my... I'm glad it's not taking away the freaking... I'm glad it's not taking away the spike protection, but it's so... But... Such nonsense. I have no lives left. It's gonna reach a point where I might as well just game over again.
Game over, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go on this side.
Game over, yeah.
Jinx, you owe
What
me
game
dinner
is that
tomorrow.
from?
Dang it. I'll be right back.
It's from a Sega racing game. I'm not sure which one though.
Yeah, from the basic mod, but it's ripped from. That ripped it from something else. I don't know what Sega game. I know it is a Sega game.
Game over, yeah.
In fact, let me look that up. There's a game on the Sega Saturn, I know that. Sega Rally, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, Sega Rally. Which was a racing game. Game over, yeah.
Mm. Have you guys seen what Kit sent in voice chat?
No.
Look, it's great.
What?
Man, people are going hog wild with Trump's mugshot. My God.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade.
Kit says, "I raised him well, proper meme lord."
Don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back.
Oh
That
boy.
is a bad trade deal. Lemons for lemonade. I can buy lemonade at the store. Why do I need the lemons? Life will regret this. I'm going to call Life's manager. I'm gonna make him pay for the wall. Does he know who he's dealing with? I don't think he does.
He really does look like what's his name in that picture? Like
Cave Johnson.
yes, he looks exactly like Cave Johnson in that picture. Oh Lord. I'm not looking forward to find out who GLaDOS is here. I don't think my heart's gonna be able to take it.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hello.
Sorry. Sorry. My mom was looking for some mashed potatoes, but the mashed potatoes I have are kinds that both her and my sister don't like. And then I had to use the bathroom soon after.
There's more than one kind of mashed potatoes?
Oh yeah, I have the both
Instant.
packages of Idahoan mashed potatoes. One is 4 cheese, and the other was roasted garlic.
Bubbles. What is it?
Bubbles, bubbles, toils, and troubles every time that Aiden tries to do anything.
Yep. That's pretty much Bubbles.
Just like, what you doing, Dad? What you doing?
What you doing? I noticed it's something you're doing without me, so it can't be all that good.
Oh wait, I think... Yeah, I don't need them. I'll save those for later.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
Did you just read this last thing Kit said in voice text?
Which one?
Weelani is...
Giuliani.
Oh, Giuliani. That's how you
Yeah,
pronounce it.
Rudy Giuliani.
Who the fuck is
Who that's
Giuliani?
referring to.
He's the...
Former New York mayor, who I think is Trump's lawyer?
who was
one
one
of
of Trump's
them.
lawyers, yeah.
Was one of them,
Yeah.
yeah.
The only... Yeah. Yeah, there was a time when Trump actually had a lot of...
He was the
Even
guy
though
to the
there's-
one that's Trump all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he is a scumbag, he is an extremely effective lawyer.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a prerequisite to be a good lawyer. If Better Call Saul taught me anything.
Like warrior.
I don't think I've ever heard of a lawyer
There's
who's not a
Rudy Giuliani's
scumbag.
mugshot. There's Rudy Giuliani's mugshot.
Which is probably why a great many lawyers become politicians.
I don't think I've ever heard of a politician who's not a scumbag. At least not in the last 100 years.
Kit says, I'm so tempted to edit him to wear a t-shirt that says, I held a press conference in a parking lot and all I got was this pussy film.
Do it!
Do it.
Oh god.
Do it!
Yeah, do it. Funny.
I'm just wasting shots. Lock Devil N.
Kit says, I wish Twitch let you share images. I think it's an objectively good policy. Yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of
jeez.
wish Twitch was better, honestly.
I wish that Wiley would stop making frickin' devils. I kinda wish Wiley would stop making devils.
There they uncovered monstrations.
I have just a few too many of those.
Well, this is Dr. Wily we're talking about. The man doesn't really have an original idea in his head. I mean, for the past 10 to 11 games, his strategy for dealing with Mega Man has been the exact same every time.
Damn it. My brain keeps thinking that that's gonna try and go under me. This boss is a pain in the ass. Block devils are what I call Legos on the floor if I am not wearing shoes. Oh, you mean... Ah!
Look at Kit's great Photoshop skills and voice text. Says he's pondering how to ruin the Sistine Chapel next. I am interested to see how you do that, Kit.
Rude Rudy. But yeah,
maybe it's a good thing. Twitch doesn't allow you to share pictures over text.
Yep, might go a little far. It might go a little too hard in the paint.
It definitely would go too hard in the paint.
So I do have a question. How would you feel about this existing? A rap battle between Volcanomon and Edamon.
I think it would actually go pretty hard.
Because that exists in Digimon 2020.
Ah.
Because Volcanomon is always about muscles and Edamon is always about entertainment. And they both wanted to see which one was the king of Digimon.
I remember Edamon's the big monkey, and then which one's Voltaemon?
Volcanomon. It's a dude. It's basically big muscly dude with a volcano on its back.
Interesting.
Yeah, I ordered a conference at the Four Seasons Landscaping Company.
Interesting.
Nice. What are you landscaping?
I didn't do that. Rudy Giuliani did. For real.
Oh? You ordered a conference at the landscaping company? What?
It was supposed to be at the Four Seasons Hotel, I think. But he fucked up.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
And it was supposed to be a conference for it was supposed to be the conference for that's supposed to happen about the same time that Trump would have won the presidency. But it was at that exact moment when they learned that Donald Trump lost.
Oops. What time is it? 'Cause I might need to start getting ready for bed.
Moment I make it through the frickin' block devil, because this is beyond irritating otherwise. Okay, how many energy tanks do I have? 9? Good, I can use one. Ah! I think the Block Devil, might be the fucking worst one. Because he just creates frickin'
This is such an odd boss fight.
I'm likely just gonna die anyway from getting hit by one of those, so I'm better off just trying to find his frickin' weakness.
What exactly is his weakness?
I have no frickin' clue. I think it
Principal
might be...
stage design?
I have no idea. Nope. 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 Maybe Blade. Now! At least I know what position to go in for when they're getting together. And I don't know if this is his weakness, but at least I'm able to hit him multiple times.
I'm gonna have to go, guys. I gotta get to work early, so I've got
Oh
to
man.
shower
Yeah.
in bed.
Have a good night.
You too, Volley. If you want, Volley, I'll see you tomorrow. But I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, see you. At least I know how to do it. But I think it would honestly be better for me to just... I think it would be better for me just to die a game over and go through the stage again. If I'm lucky enough to make it through this, if I'm lucky enough to make it through this stage with no,
Can he do it, ladies and gentlemen?
No.
Can he beat it? Nope. That ain't happening.
Yeah, I would much rather, I'd much rather die the game over and... I'd much rather die the game over and, have a full set of lives and full energy going into the next Wily boss than start wasting E-tanks.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to need all of them the very moment I begin to try and deal with the Wily capsule. I'll take that health back, thank you. Oh, of course, throughout all the other times that I went through this stage, now's the time a frickin' bolt drops. That's fan-frickin-tastic. I just realized I just realized I thought of a insulting nickname that I think is too good for Rudy Giuliani. Ruby Jolly Buddy, or Jolly Booty.
Did you about call him Rudy Giuliani? Is that where you were going with
No.
that?
No, I was going with... It's Ruby Jolly Booty. Yeah, that's too good for that asshole.
I think you could do better.
Oh, I forgot that I had ice physics. I had the ice physics status effect.
I didn't even know that was a status effect.
If I get hit by the if I get hit by the purple goo, I have ice physics placed on me.
Oh. I thought that was some kind of slowdown.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've been here longer than... Kid says it's kind of funny since he's so anti-Semitic. I need to wait for the effects to wear off. And I don't have the spike protection now.
This enemy design just seems cruel in this area.
Let's try this again. This time with a weapon that can actually hit him.
Hey, you finally joined.
All the network!
Kit, hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Oh. How is Zero's public flagellation going?
I think it's going okay.
No!
Certainly suffering. Bam, bam, bam.
It's going.
Oh. That's what we get for beating Sad Trombone Man first.
I know the pattern now. I'm just hoping not to get knocked off the ledge. I should have gotten beat.
No edging for Zero.
Yeah, for some reason he's just strongly opposed to it. I haven't figured out why yet.
To each their own. We know what Wily's into, at least.
Oh,
We've
great.
definitely
Back, I'm
learned
gonna
about
use the
what
bathroom and then grab
good
a
old
snack.
Dr. Wily's into.
We fan Diamond Dragon. We find Dr. Wily.
We have discovered Dr. Wowie's bad dragon account.
I developed the prototype. Sorry, I remember I am irrationally fond of how that voice actor said Proto Man.
I don't feel like there's anything irrational about it. That was a really good reading of Proto Man.
I don't want the guidance system. You probably sabotage the guidance system so that you can take all the credit. Oh, it's my turn to be in the spotlight.
I do love
There.
that they
Fuck off.
Wily and I'm glad they had Wily and Proto Man always antagonizing each other. They made Proto Man a bad guy, but at least they kept his like free spirit humans suck kind of vibe.
Yeah. I've been in that stage
wrong.
way too fucking long.
Yeah, that one's a doozy.
Yeah, it's about time he got out of your Wall Devil stage. He was stuck in there even longer than Kit was stuck in his Goth stage. Jeez.
That's a sentence, man. It takes a while. How did you know that? How did you know with a goth chick who liked to test out clothes by dressing me up?
Why am I even going up that way if there's an extra life on the other side? Extra life on the other side, and I can fight off the suit, and I can fight off the Susies.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'd rather take the Susies.
Didn't mean to jump that. I didn't mean to jump that high. I was kind of hoping to hit the ceiling.
Can we get much higher?
To a place with lime and tea. And no, I will never intend to sing that song correctly.
I thought my my Guns N' Roses impression was intense. Knock, knock, knock.
Hey, guess what time it is? It's everyone's favorite part of almost every Capcom game. Boss Rush.
Boss Rush. Boss Rush.
Now it's time for Blade Man.
I still have fond memories of my first Boss Rush.
I actually save on the Legacy collections. I actually have saves of all the Mega Man games at the boss rush in case I just feel like fighting the bosses. I'm not doing like appearing, disappearing block bullshittery.
Are you even really playing Mega Man if there's no appearing, disappearing block bullshittery?
No, not really. It's more like my own version of Power Fighters. Have you heard of that one? I know Zero probably has.
If you're talking about Mega Man Power Fighters, yeah.
Yeah, it's an arcade game that is basically
arcade fighting game,
rush.
yeah.
But it's basically just a boss rush of different Mega Man bosses.
Huh.
It's a really fun one. You can do multiplayer too. So you can have Proto Man showing up at the last minute to pull Mega Man's butt out of the fire and then leaving as everyone credits Mega Man and not you.
And if you beat the game, in Power Fighters, if you beat the game as Wily, you actually get a sneak peek of Zero in classic games.
Yes, true. Very rare reference.
Because I did it to you out of Basium, but I made you out of Basium. So now I've made you out of Zeromium.
Zeronium. Oh, is that where you get your name from?
No. I made up the name. I made up the thing myself.
They've got they show this picture of Zero at the end. Wily says, "I'm building something that'll blow you out of the water base." And I'll put the thing they show you in voice text because it's an awesome little hint.
Oh wow. Oh wow, yeah. That's...
Do you guys know the canon for like, would be a spoiler if I told you guys something about Zero? Not the streamer, the Maverick Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the lore behind the streamer.
It was built by Dr. Wily, there you go.
So Zero was actually intended to be like this consummate evil robot with free will to sort of like has X's cognitive abilities, but like the Zero virus that he housed was really unstable, and it ended up being like transferred to Sigma. But I love that they explained why Zero's a good guy and like why he has a conscience. The official explanation is that Zero was essentially so bad that when Sigma damaged him while he was being patched, it basically flipped Zero's consciousness. They basically Gandhi glitched him into being a good guy.
Oh, sweet. Well, I'm glad that he ended up becoming a streamer instead of taking over the world.
Well, you hunt Mavericks all day. You got to do something when you get home to chill with your friends.
Yep.
I'm eating a giant muffin right now.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Tasty.
Yeah, Commando Man, if he was a chonky... Yeah, Commando Man is basically like a newer version of Napalm Man.
Just without the implication of war crimes.
Well, there is an implication of a crime, but it's a far more enjoyable crime.
I don't see what could be more enjoyable than war crimes.
War crimes you get away with.
Well, as they say, it's not a war crime if you win.
Commando Man always reminded me of the Daradeo Dreadnought from 40k. It's one of the only Dreadnought models I've never actually had. Check this guy out. Wouldn't mind me one of those.
That looks like the thing from RoboCop.
Yeah, it does kind of. Space Marine Dreadnoughts are they're not machines though. They're actually there's actually a pilot inside, like a mostly dead Space Marine that they've interred into a stasis sarcophagus.
Yep.
Yeah, it's messed up. Being a Dreadnought is like sometimes you can live for hundreds and hundreds of years, basically stripped out as this nervous system in this machine's control center.
Yep. Honestly, it's one of the better fits in the 41st millennium.
Unless you're a Chaos Marine. They do not treat their Dreadnoughts well. Their Dreadnoughts go insane.
Well, I mean, if you're a Chaos Marine, you're kind of already insane.
I suppose that is kind of the prognosis, isn't it?
Unless you're an Alpha Legion, and then you're just probably insane.
You're plausibly deniably insane, at least. I love that if you hit him with the actual spike part, it does way more damage.
Yeah, because he runs over the tire. Because you pop his tires.
No, there are some really cool Dreadnought models. There's supposed to be a couple of new Horus Heresy ones this year, so we'll see. Oh, I need to start taking more pictures now that I got my light box. But I'll show you my favorite librarian, or my favorite Dreadnought variant, the Blood Angels Librarian
Time
Dreadnought.
for Pump Man.
Pump up the jam. Pump it up. I have one of these. I just need to take a picture of it because I like the way I posed it. Most chapters are like, hey, librarians are pretty dangerous. We probably shouldn't put half-dead ones into dreadnoughts. The Angels said, oh, never mind. That sounds awesome, actually.
I mean, that's just the saying of the Blood Angels, is that sounds awesome.
People say their war cry is for Sanguinius and the Emperor, but it's probably, fuck it, we'll do it live. The last one. So I never got off the ground, but I had a... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I do have weapon tanks, but I'm seeing how much I can get away with before I go fight Wily boss. Go and fight like the Wily machine.
The Dr. Wowie machine.
Dr. Willy machine.
The Wowie 5000.
The Wowie Whacker 5000.
No, that's his Tumblr screen, or his Tinder screen.
No!
Oh, you almost had him.
Did it count?
It might not have, probably no.
I don't know if it counted or not, I can't tell.
Oh, actually, I think, no, not quite. That's too bad, you had him.
Nope, it didn't
Double
count.
kill.
I'm out of weapon. Time for Wily machine.
I just read the wiki page on the Dreadnoughts, and I am disturbed.
Oh, there's a rabbit hole for you for sure.
Oh god,
Wait,
why did I do that?
The
Why
weapon
did
tank
I
only
do that?
The weapon tank only fills one weapon?
Hey, you wanna have some fun?
Oh,
Look up the
that's
penitence engine.
Oh, jeez.
What was that?
Which
Evil's
one
always
is...
evil.
Which one do I need to fill? Ah.
Do you want me to look
I
at sweetness?
regret
Because
my
I
decision.
don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, and remember that little comment that this is considered to be one of the better fates in the 41st millennium. That wasn't a joke.
I'm just gonna fill up the two that are zeroed out. I can use the mystery tank later when I run out of lives.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only really, really bad ways to go.
Just be glad you're not an elf.
Seems like it's full of some fucked up shit.
Why should I be?
It's a selling point.
Dude, I love it. It's just a giant pirate thing. Like, Wily's just rolling with the skull theme even more today.
Dr. Wily's just sending the limoncello for you.
Those are big missiles.
Oh, and Zero's getting fucked up by him.
Can I be honest with you?
Always.
So, Bully, you know who Peanut House X is, right?
Yeah, vaguely.
Until today, I never thought I would like female Peanut, but now I really do.
What about me caused this?
I'm not talking about you. I was making sure you knew who it was, so I wouldn't confuse you when I talked about it.
Okay.
Because everything's your fault, Bully. I thought we established this some time ago.
Just wondering. Well, you gotta be honest to Volley about enjoying female Peanut. I don't know, what did I do?
I don't know. Charlie exists.
But yes, Kit, it is a thing I have started to really enjoy having it today.
How do you
so
dodge
you've
that?
been Reading some weird fanfics about gender-swapped Peanut?
No,
Art drop,
better,
actually.
but-
Art drop, actually. Oh, of course, now he chooses to go down.
Yeah. Good shit.
I think I responded when Peanut goes from crunchy to smooth.
You did, yes. You did. It's funny.
I think I also made Yap cry because after he added that rule to his server, no pause, like everyone and their dog started posting paw pics. He said he's renounced being a furry. He's going back to whatever it is that before that he hated. Almost got him.
No!
Oh no. Oh no.
And I have to do the friggin' first form again.
Excuse me. I hear a lot of button mashing.
Well, that was your mistake the first time. You didn't push the kill Wily instantly button.
Blazer brace.
Are they going to have one for jugglers? Any of jugglers transformation stuff?
Oh, come on. What?
Are they going to have one for jugglers transformation? Are they going to have one for jugglers transformation?
There's another one. There is a juggler Blazer. There is a juggler Blazer stone.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Because the third 4-pack, which comes out literally today, has the Blazer Stones for Niji Kagachi, which is the kaiju that debuts in tonight's episode. Ultraman X, Ultraman Orb Origin, and Juggler's Juggler are all in that set.
Amazing.
Yes, it is the kit set.
Yeah, I become like irrationally attached to his theme as well.
Yeah.
I just noticed that that side has an E-tank. And I need to stock up on those because I've been using it.
No, I didn't think I'd be super into Hiruma Gento saying 777, but I'm very into it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a gag in the movie at the time. Everyone's saying 7.
Yeah, no, that's from Ultra 7's theme song.
Yeah, I didn't know that going into it.
I sent you the video of 7's theme song, didn't I?
You did after the fact, yeah.
Yeah, did you listen to it?
I did.
Hell yeah.
They've got some really good themes. Like, there are a couple I'm just kind of on, but some of them are quite good.
Yeah. What ones are you on?
Hmm?
Which ones are you on?
Oh, I was listening to some of the Orb ones, and the the Origin Saga or whatever, the prequel, I didn't really care for.
Yeah.
At least I have
X's
7.
is kind of okay. It's not bad, but
Okay.
At least I have 7.
So Volley, check voice text. I don't know if you're straight, but there's this character who, if you're even a little bisexual, you're gonna enjoy his appearances in this show.
I don't know if you're straight. Yes, interesting way to phrase that.
Just saying, this guy could serve as a litmus test for people who are bi-curious.
Are you, Kit? Are you the bi-curious?
Curious would imply I didn't know enough about. I didn't know for sure.
I mean, the answer to all that is pretty obvious, you know.
Let me put it this way: when the server was, when our server was having an image war of gay furries versus straight furries, I had to sit it out because I was deemed too bisexual to pick a side. So it was just, I was out by virtue of it. I was told if I would intervene, then they'd have a neutral third party. They'd have the asexuals execute me.
They sent data to get your ass.
Yeah.
Well,
And you got to check out this guy's battle theme. It's one of my very favorites. Like, just absolute fire. CC has thoroughly corrupted me into the ways of needing to see all the Ultraman stuff that I can find on streaming services now.
yes. Yes. I am happy about this, extremely. Jagura Sujagura.
Which, don't get me wrong, I love the character, but I think I laughed for a minute straight when I found out his, because they call him Juggler, but I think I laughed for like a minute straight when I found out his full name is, in fact, Jugless Juggler.
Yes, that is his actual, like, full name.
Sounds like a guy who was named by Mr. Dink.
Yeah.
Jugless.
Jagura Sujagura.
It's also nice to know it's not just a role thing. The actor is indeed that fabulous.
Yes.
He is fabulous.
I think I might be a little too addicted to Blazar stuff.
You do seem an addiction, obsession-prone person. I mean, no
That
shade, I
is-
kind of am too.
Is that why you're
That
so
is
addicted to each
extremely
other?
So I'm so what?
Is that why the two of you are so addicted to each other?
That probably has something to do with it.
Probably.
A good way to defeat
It's actually
Pump
pretty
Man
common.
is shove your hand inside his shield.
Just with the Kermit the Frog method.
Tries to stand over and you're dead and says, "Pump this," thinking it sounds cool without actually thinking about it first.
Or says it with thinking about it a little bit too much first.
I love that Sheepman is the pun on Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
The inspiration for some fantastic video game characters.
Truly.
For example, one of the best Pokemon ever, Mareep.
Oh, I do like Marie. The last competitive thing I ever went to for Pokemon was I had a Mega Ampharos that was definitely an MVP when I was competing.
I love Fabulous Ampharos.
Yes. I think I named mine David Bowie.
I just realized just hitting him with freaking the rubber ball doesn't deal damage. You have to hit him in one of his. You have to hit him in one of the
Rubber ball.
clouds. It's
Oh my
honestly
god,
really
it's
dumb.
fucking David Bowie!
It's so dumb, honestly. I'm better off just using the Mega Buster.
David Bowie is Mega Evolving.
I always give my Pokemon fun names.
David Bowie, whenever I hear his name, all I can ever think about is the old... So you know Little Kuribo, the guy who made Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
He did a Naruto Abridged at one point, where he did a joke where Naruto thought Kakashi was David Bowie. It's a running gag. It's really terrible and not funny, but I always think about it.
You know what I think of when I think of David
To make
Bowie?
you think about it.
You know one of the things that make me think of David Bowie?
Yeah, what is it?
Killer Queen from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah.
Because Yoshikage Kira looks
Possibly.
exactly like... Because Yoshikage Kira looks exactly like David Bowie.
I wonder if that was
I didn't actually see
intentional.
that.
Because it was. It was completely intentional.
I know, that's the joke.
You know, one of my favorite Jim Henson movies is Labyrinth.
I own
Actually,
Labyrinth on DVD, but I haven't watched it. But I have
Oh, it's really interesting. Very interesting practical effects done by the Muppet people.
My
do
favorite
like
Jim
Practical
Henson movie is the Muppets movie.
it. Which one?
I do like the Muppet
Original one?
movie.
The Muppets movie. Like, yeah, there were
Yeah.
multiple Muppets movies, but there's only one titled The Muppets Movie.
True.
Kaiju
That's
animal
true.
confirmed. Kaiju.
Yeah. But no, kid, it is very true. I am very obsessive in general.
That is pretty common for people on the spectrum.
It is true. It is.
We tend to get that a lot.
Yeah.
We?
Yeah, I'm what they used to call Asperger's.
Same.
Oh.
As am I.
That seems fairly obvious. In hindsight.
What's funny is I do really well socially. I'm a weird person because I'm very
Yeah, I know.
social and extroverted, except I also have, God damn it, Emily. But I also get social anxiety, so I have like an intense need to socialize and sometimes a fear of doing so simultaneously.
Interesting.
Same kinda, I guess.
I'm
I'd
perfectly
say
fine
that
with
the
never
anxiety is
socializing.
stronger than- I
I'm
just
not-
have really bad anxiety in general.
I think his weakness is the freaking fire one, but I'm out of fire.
Oh no.
Fire the headcannon. Here, you should check this out at least, CC.
Yeah.
Posted you a short video.
Yeah. I'll watch this now.
I miss David Bowie. A very interesting fellow.
Yeah.
What concert? I went to a concert not terribly long after he died, and I can't remember who it was, but they did a cover of Life on Mars as a tribute. But in this
Yeah.
movie, they make him extra 80s glam rocky.
They made him extra David Bowie.
Yes, David Bowie Premium. David Bowie
Bliss.
Plus.
David Blowy.
So, my aunt used to work for the Best Friends Animal Rehabilitation and Sanctuary place.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a snowy owl that they named Jareth, based on David Bowie's character in Labyrinth.
Wow.
Owls are amazing. I love owls.
There's some impressive effects for 1986.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wow.
And I like the music too. There's lots of songs in it. Most of them are pretty good.
This is good music.
Dude, this Wily machine is worse than I remembered.
It's quite the Wowie machine.
You found the meteor and you found Dr. Wowie. Look what that got us.
Yeah, you know what sucks is that I have no way of gaining weapon energy back because I completely wasted it all at the first part. The only way I can get weapon energy back is if I die a game over and start gathering bolts, but then I'd have to do the entire Wily stages all over again.
Ooh. Give me that.
This is trippy.
Yeah, I love that part of the Escher. Alright, so I'm waiting on a thing to reboot. So I was watching it, so I, out of curiosity, was wondering if they had a GIF of the Dr. Wowie clip. What comes up is even weirder. And tenor people scare me a little.
I honestly feel like I think I'm stuck. I legitimately think I'm stuck. I legitimately need to figure out, what I need to figure out is, what his weakness is.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I can
Yeah.
look it up for you.
I need to figure out what his weakness is, and then just dedicate, whatever Robot Master I'm fighting is to, not just using the Mega Buster to beat him.
The first phase is weak to Solar Blaze, the second phase is weak to Water Shield.
I am stuck using the Mega Buster on, Chillman and
Nova Man.
Nova Man.
If people are calling you Chill Man so much that it becomes your name, you probably need to reconsider your life.
It's like, you're not a chill man, you're the chill man.
Ah.
Why do people make the gifts they decide to make?
I don't know.
Have you ever done that where like you just type a random phrase into the gift search and see what madness unfolds?
I have not, actually.
You know what I'm gonna try? Let's try this. No! I was trying to get the E-Tank, but at least I know I can go past it by using frickin' water shield. But I need to save water shield for Wily capsule. Damn it. This sucks. I've been stuck on this thing for way too frickin' long.
No, 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 no. Wow.
Dang it, I keep going up. I keep going up too much. Yeah, because of course I'd get knocked down twice.
Oh, so I was still struggling to figure out what I want to submit for my sketch request for this month's Androids theme.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I really want to see an android with like a rotary cannon for an arm.
Eh.
I don't have a rhyme or reason. I just want to see it.
Final Fantasy VII brain rot?
That's probably it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I know what it is. I've been working on reorganizing my Tau battle suits. Maybe shooty.
Mm-hmm.
Very shooty, boys. So maybe that's why that occurred to me.
Maybe.
So I know you have yours with this theme.
Had a couple. Had two. Kind of why I'm sitting out. I've already had two with this theme, so like, why bother again? I have no new ideas with it.
Do you ever get art of any of your characters, Volly?
Not very often.
I'm just gonna move on. I've already wasted so much time. It's already 5 o'clock.
Oh, is it really? Jeez.
Yeah, we've already got, yeah, 24 minutes till Blazar.
I'm really sorry
pressure or
about this. I should have been able to beat this like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you bad at the game all of a sudden?
Now I'm legitimately pissed off.
Like, sorry.
It happens, you know.
Yeah,
Sometimes
especially if you're bad at the game.
Fully.
You know, I keep wondering when I start streaming if that's going to catch up. You know, the whole assertion that, oh, even the game you're the best at, when you start streaming, you start sucking. I don't know if it's like performance anxiety, but
It's called
everyone's telling me that.
It's called the recording and or streamer's curse. I have done good on all the other Mega Man games so far, but this is the one that's freaking holding me up. And I'm out of weapon energy for that, so I have to use Mega Buster.
There you go. I was dusting off and figuring out how to store one of these guys, so here's probably why that idea occurred to me.
Yeah. It looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it's called a Riptide Battlesuit.
Nice.
I just thought about doing my character Kayla as a Custodes Anadroid.
Yeah, I'd see that. I'd like to see that.
She's nice in CA, but in her original setting, she's actually kind of like a duelist prodigy. So she's, without a doubt, the most skilled character in the game in terms of like weapon proficiency. She's just sort of less socially adept. So I could see her being a Custodes Anadroid. I need to finish reading that. I'm like 2/3 of the way through.
I have not started reading it yet at all.
There we go. Cheez it.
Nice.
But now here's the one I'm gonna have a lot of trouble in because I can't use the weakness on him.
Looking at my Tau models, you know what really sucks?
Yeah.
But
They made a brand new Commander Farsight, and he's
Yeah.
really, really cool, and I really, really don't want to spend any money. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. How can you not want this guy?
same
Well, I don't
basic.
know,
That is
so-
really cool. Same basic
What-
situation I'm in wanting to get Urthgaron.
What did you say, Fully?
I don't really like Tau, so I need to paint my Necrons. I really do.
Yeah, I hear you. Painting, I'm way better at building than painting, so it always the backlog is always pretty heavy.
I don't think it's a matter of being good at building. It's just building is kind of easy, and then painting. I haven't actually started painting yet, so I'm sure it's incredibly difficult. I just haven't tried it
Well,
for certain.
For me, I guess it's more that building is kind of a zen activity for me. I find it very relaxing, and painting considerably more challenging.
Yes.
I don't dislike it, but it's easier to screw up.
Just vibes. The building just vibes better with the autism.
I've never painted a model before.
It's
I've
looking
always
that way.
just applied stickers to them.
Stickers.
Stickers. Because the type of models I usually buy have stickers.
There we
Ah.
go.
I don't think any of the
Yeah,
Warhammer
Molly.
models have stickers to go with them.
Because, you know,
How many lives do
Gunpla.
I have left? 0.
They have decals, but that's about it.
Yeah, with most model kits I buy, I always apply anything else.
So,
I just leave it.
Holy
I just leave it as it is. With decals applied. Like, okay, good enough.
so Voli, you like Necrons? It sounds like, yeah.
I like my angry old men.
Here, you might like the conversion for my Scorpec Lord. Then I'll post him. It turned out really well with the new light box that I got for my birthday to take pictures
Hey.
of my minis and stuff.
Neat.
Yeah.
Warhammer nerds.
I'm sorry I have hobbies.
That is the biggest pot calling the kettle black moment I've ever seen in my entire life.
I want to get Urthgaron so bad.
Why, yes, Pot, I am indeed black.
Why must Urthgaron be like
CC keeps the pot on speed dial so you can call him black at all hours of the day.
$30?
I don't blame him.
Why must Urthgaron be $35?
That's like, it's dirt cheap for Warhammer.
Yeah. If I do any
How
more
much
Warhammer,
do
I'll
those cost? I
probably
never
bootleg
looked
them.
at that. How much does a typical Warhammer mini cost? I never even looked into it.
Depends on what
Usually
you
one
get, but it's
arm and
it's
one
bad.
leg.
You
yeah.
just completely cut out. I heard nothing.
It's just really. See, he said roughly one arm and one leg.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're not cheap. The that battle suit that I showed you is like $75.
Oh, jeez.
Units
That's
vary.
about as
Like
much as-
some armies get cheap infantry and some armies get stupid expensive infantry. Like I don't know why the Thousand Suns get
That's how much the
Are so
that's
much-
how much the
are so much
blazer.
more
That's how much my
expensive.
blazer brace was.
Thousand Suns getting spited all over again, being so expensive.
That's how
for
much
their
my
basic infantry.
blazer brace was. That is how much I paid for the blazer brace.
The best toys are always expensive, seems like. So
Yeah. But also, I bought the big fancy
just
box
brute forcing
set of the
Commando
blazer
Man.
brace that came with extra stones. So
Zero's just
Yeah.
done, just brute forcing Commando Man hard.
I really need to get Urthgaron. I really do. It is. I literally have it in the Amazon in my Amazon cart. I'm just waiting for a good opportunity.
So, Voli, do you collect any other models besides Necrons, or are you just rolling with them right now?
I'm just rolling with Necrons at the moment.
They're pretty good. I'm actually undefeated in 10th edition with Necrons.
Oh, nice.
It came real close last time. I was texting Brave in real time biting my nails.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dang it.
You won in my honor.
I shouldn't have wasted that E-tank.
That one came down to 1 victory point.
Mm.
So you and Aiden never play 40k?
Oh, a little bit.
I have to keep going until I win, or because if I save and quit, I'm gonna have to do all the Wily stages again.
Mm.
Ah.
You can do save states, can't you?
Yeah.
In the Legacy Collection?
I can do save states, but I don't want to. That's cheating.
Well, I mean, just as a placeholder if you had to stop for some reason.
16 minutes until Blazar.
Yeah, you can do some states. You can cheat on your life. Doesn't mean you should.
It's not cheating if it's just a better save function.
So, yeah, the thing, I'm gonna be going into Megaman. So,
We're fighting robot Megaman.
That is a good intro.
Is that?
cannot currently make a checkpoint save. So I can't save state even if I wanted to.
Okay.
That's such crap.
Why does the Bannon
Oh, it's
server have
because you can't save on a screen like this.
That's Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger traced over to
You have
like
to Zero. You can't save in the on the continue screen. You have to be in a level, I think.
I'm very confused, Kit. Please help. I'm very confused.
Very confused.
You're trying to make sense out of the being on server. That is an effort of mental gymnastics. I can't.
Why is there an emote? Why is there an emote? That's Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but why?
Okay, I'll just do the fucking checkpoints, Dave.
Cool.
Hey, I hate doing it, but I have no choice. So, thank you all for watching. I'll get back onto this tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to beat it. Hopefully I'll be able to beat it and get into Mega Man 11, and hopefully be able to beat Mega Man 11 tomorrow.
See y'all then.
So,
Hey,
thank you all. Thank you all for watching. I have to leave right now.
No worries. Go easy on yourself. That was getting a little rough.
Yeah. You all have
as much as I ask you about it, you did a good job.
Yeah. You all have a nice night,
All right.
everyone. Is there anybody that's on that we can raid? At least make them have a good time.
Not that I
Ray is
see.
up.
Ray?
Yep, Ray's up.
Okay.
I mean, I won't stay long because we've got our show, but
Yeah.
I'll say hello. I'll have dinner pretty quick.
So thank you all for joining us. I'll see you all next time.
Bye.